All right. There's another set of cards, well, two really, that I went and purchased. And this is from tonight's conversation card game. And that 66.9 After Dark questions. Have not opened it. This is these all still in the shrink wrap. And I got this. There's the last set of cards, and no disrespect to them. When I was looking over the cards, I said that they had different variations of it on their site. That was the Drunk Desires cards that I was opening. But I was incorrect, and I want to make sure that I say that I was incorrect. The different variations, I meant this one. I meant tonight's conversation. As you can see, there were different versions of the cards that you can purchase and that you can play with your significant other. I picked these two out. One, to see the difference between Drunk Desires with this. Two, to see what they had for Essential First Date Icebreakers, because I thought that's, it's probably a nice, cool thing to have when you go out with somebody. Make it easier for you if you can't do a lot of talking. I don't really have that issue, but, hey. I'm having some, there we go. I'm saying my nail's not doing the job today. I might have to get a knife, but it actually got in there. Here we go. Let's take the wrapper off. Let's see this. You took a chance to ask you out, and you said yes. Will your first date be everything you imagined or an epic fail? Tonight's conversation, the first date edition, will help you break the ice and fill the awkward silence. Ask something deeper than, so what college did you go to, or where did you grow up? First dates don't have to be filled with fake laughter and stock questions. Decide if there should be a second date by talking about the stuff you really want to know, like if he's ever been outside of a 10-mile radius of his residence. If she expects you to be her sugar daddy. It's the easiest, fun way to know a person you've been eyeballing for months. So take the leap. Ask them out, and don't forget tonight's conversation, the first date edition. But that's actually good questions. Have you been outside of a 10-mile radius of your house? I hadn't really even thought about that, but I do know some people who just had no desire to leave their hood for any reason, So, that might be a red flag for somebody. So let's take a look here. There's a lot of cards that you got in this. Pretty thick. Let's see here. I'm going to try to... There we go. I haven't done any shuffling in a while, so let's take a look at what this is. I guess all right, this is how. So you got your directions here. Takes a turn drawing the card from the deck, reading the question aloud to the other player. Person drawing the card does not answer. The other players can. After the card is answered, it is placed at the bottom of the deck, and the next player's turn to draw a card. The only other rules are to have fun and be honest. Note, when you see SO appear on the cards, it is an abbreviation for the phrase significant other. All right, so those are the rules. Very simple. It's not like you're playing Uno or spades or, whatever. And I'm certainly not going to go through all of it. I don't know. Did they say how many cards is in this deck? Because it looks like it's, comparatively speaking, got a lot more here. So just looks like about a little half the deck size, maybe. So here we go. Let's take a few random ones and see. Did I just? Okay, all right. That's a good one. Are you legally married? That'll probably keep some people out of trouble if they if they have to answer that question. That's a good first date question. You know, I have to applaud it already. They got something there that is worth you answering. So let's pull another. Are you the type of person you want your future children to date? That's wow. I guess that depends on which version of me you're asking. I mean, God, that's a damn good question. Damn good. Try this one. What childhood experiences most shaped you? I don't know. I think maybe middle school. It was horrible, horrible time. What qualities are you looking for in a partner? That's probably a good open question right there. You got a lot of ground to cover with that. So let's move down and try to not take up all this time. What is your biggest fear? I don't know about biggest, but not too keen on heights. I mean, if I'm going to answer these as I'm kind of rolling around, well, I mean, the brief answer. I'm not dating anybody here. I'm just making an example. Tell me about your relationship with your parents. That's a good one. I'm sure some young ladies out there would like to hear their date answer that. Good relationship with parents. Get along with them both. What is your love language? I haven't really. I only figured out that, or I was told about love languages not all that long ago. So, acts of service, physical affirmation. I think those are nice. Works for me. I don't think you're limited to one love language. That's just my personal opinion. What's the sweetest thing someone has ever done for you? Well, that would qualify as one of these purchases that are around this house. So, see? Tell me who you are in 20 words or less. You got, and I will say this. If you have these while you're out with somebody, you are not going to run out of any questions anytime soon. I think if you're having this over a nice dinner or, after dinner or over drinks, I should say, this will fill up your evening, I think. How do you handle stress? I think, again, they have good questions. I believe that these are things that some people need to ask, because the way that some folk answer it will alert you to whether these are red flags that you can or cannot deal with. Would you have sex on the first date? I already have. So I guess if I was answering that question, the answer would be yes, and let's move on. Do you have a type? No, I don't. My type varies from one era to the next. So my type when I was 20 does not qualify as my type when I was 30. This does not qualify as my type now. So it just kind of goes from how I feel. I mean, the way the wind blows, baby. And the way the wind blows. How do you feel about long distance relationships? They can work, but it takes effort on both parties and a lot of communication. And if there's any sort of mistrust that's lined up in that, then you're probably not going to make it. Let's move on. And I'm going to move these 3 down. And we're just going to look at these last there because I'm just trying to give you an idea of what these are. I'm not getting paid to do this or something. I'm just, feeling charitable and and wanted to share. Tell me about the worst date you've ever been on. Ooh. I tell people about this one all the time. I had somebody walk out on me once. But it wasn't a worst date for me. It was funny. It's just memorable because she did not like the movie Event Horizon. She could not take it. It was too gory, and she just left. And if you don't know what that movie is, look it up. Tell me about the best date you've been on. I don't know. I'm not going to answer anymore. Not, what do you feel about people? Oh, I got no problem with it. Public displays of affection is what they're asking here. So, if you know somebody that does terrible on dates, or they don't know how to communicate, and they're not really good at talking to whoever they're out with, I would honestly suggest that you get, or you know what, they have some on the site that's for people who've been together for a while, like Couples Edition and things like that. So if you're looking for something new to do with your significant other, you could probably go into that site and find it. And again, I don't gain anything off of this. I just, I haven't done anything on this channel in a while. I'm just kind of feeling charitable. I mean, why not? It amuses me. It amuses me to have these things. So now this is the sexy, let me see, get my tongue out of my mouth. Sexy 69 After Dark questions. So what do they have here? Dim the lights, get cozy, and enjoy an uninhibited night of Q&A. Tonight's conversation. I need to learn how to read too. After Dark lowers inhibitions and delves deeply into physical compatibility. This edition is not for the prudish or faint at heart. It is for couples, friends, or with benefits, or sexual explorers that want to add a little something to their boudoir experience. Take things to the next level or learn some new tricks. Tonight, let's talk about erotica and see where the night takes us. I am a little concerned about what I might pull out here, whether it's YouTube friendly. So I'm going to be careful, and I'm going to just take this off. I'm going to show you this, show you these, and of course, let's see here. Nice thick set of cards. I'm going to take this off camera for a second so I can look at what they're going to have. Okay. All right. Yeah, some of these can get a little freaky. So here we go. Let's take something that random. Hey, do you prefer it rough, nice, or a mix of both, and why? I'm sure some of y'all can answer that out there. Maybe your lady might want to answer that for you, or you might want to answer it for your woman. Your significant other wants to have fun in a public place. Where would you take them and why? I guess that depends on the limitation on the fun. Have you kissed a person of the same sex? It's probably good information to know. You don't want any surprises popping up on you. Won't do too many of these. Do you prefer to be on top or bottom? Explain. No preference. Any way the wind blows. I am malleable like water. Do you prefer to be the dominant one or the submissive one in the bedroom? I think the term would be a switch. I don't know. So put that down. Oh boy, that's funny. Okay, so after extremely bad sex, your significant other asks you, how was it? What do you say? I guess that is going to depend on your relationship with you. I mean, if it's your significant other, you should be able to communicate that. If it's a one night stand or a friend with benefits, maybe not so much. That might be a little tough. So, all right, so we'll do two more. Two more. Let's take a look. First card. Ooh. Once I have anal sex tonight, what's your first thought that comes to mind? Yeah, this is not for kids at all. At all. Might be fun for adults, but not for kids. And the last one. Oh, wait a minute. I think those are the rules. Okay, and the last one. How old was the oldest person you've had sex with? 62. A very firm, fit 62. And that's it. So that was fun. And maybe, just maybe, it might have encouraged you to pick up some of these games just to keep yourselves amused.